the academy team, and there is Reed getting his hands on it immediately, but cut off by Ramshaw. Works it across to Martin. First inside 50 going the way of the Blues, but the academy with the numbers. The quick kick out from Curtin. He goes wide, but he's turned the footy over. Ramshaw again. Goes short, Ronk, long ball, it's a good kick, and nicely taken by Gill. Fast start from the Blues VFL side. And a narrow loss to the Brisbane Lions last week in the Smithies VFL. But a good opportunity for some of these players, including Hayden Gill, who's just played the one game for Carlton's VFL side. A chance at the first of the afternoon, and he makes absolutely no mistake. So Blues on the board first here at Marvel Stadium. The gates opening about 10 minutes ago, so chance for the crowd to slowly make its way in. Yeah, 13-point defeat to Port Adelaide's Samford team back in gather round. Harley Reid leading the way, 22 touches, 7 clearances and a goal. Colby McKercher, there's a lot being talked about with him. He's wearing number 6 today. The Tassie product, he's having a super year again. And in that game, he had 15 disposals, 4 tackles. He'll be one that you would suspect will be getting his name called out in October. Quick clearance here. This is Rogers for the academy. Ball into the path of Turner. The shot at goal is Waywoods. And so out of bounds on the full is the result. Liam McMahon to bring the footy back into play. McMahon played every game for the Blues VFL side. This will be play on, so McMahon will get it back from Parks. Parks tossing the coin a little bit earlier, with Crocker not in the side today. And this is Aidan Mills. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Through the hands of Carroll. Working hard again, Rogers. That's Jake Rogers. There's Reid. And they've got a chance here. The academy is Dillion's kick is just off target. Jack Dillion from South Adelaide. And this academy side sees players from all across the country getting their opportunity. As I mentioned, they've been on a 3-day training camp. McMahon goes short to Martin. Martin, who played in round 1 against Richmond for the AFL side. Good to see him out there. Ball goes wide to O'Brien. No Paddy Dow in the Carlton VFL lineup today, but Lockie Fogarty's there. It's his hands to it. And we'll go to that outer side. Kick up the line. The players are almost spoiling each other in the end, but Josh Honey had the front position. And as they work it slowly towards the 50, getting there first is Hardiman, Riley Hardiman that is, from Swan Districts. There might be a high tackle, no call from the umpire. It's in dispute. The Blues come up with it again. Martin will just feed it back. Now the kick up inside 50 has been cut off. Rogers is there. Short kick. McKercher, good user of the footy, works it across to Wilson. In the middle of the ground, O'Sullivan amongst the chain of handballs. Get it back here from McKercher. The kick is short. And it's Jake Rogers, part of the Suns Academy. Across there to Ethan Reid, whose ball going long inside 50. There's plenty of Blues here at the fall of it, but this might come unstuck. O'Keefe caught out of position. And that is the first goal for the academy. And Reid, the player to kick it. So free-flowing footy early on here. For this academy side, and for a player like Harley Reid, he knows Carlton's VFL lineup very well. He actually has played a couple of games for the Blues VFL team already in season 2023. So the ball back in the middle. Even contest. 25-minute flat quarters in this game at Marvel Stadium. Edwards getting the ruck tap down. The ball eventually spills free. O'Brien managed to get it out to Carroll. His kick towards 50 is a good one. Ned Carl racking up the goals for the Blues VFL side. Not sure which way to go, so his kick into the pocket is a long one. One grab and the second to Mitchell Edwards. As this kick over the top is okay. McKercher works it across Tholstrup. And his kick is a dangerous one. He's actually going to end up with the footy again as this kick goes wide. And they're going to build it up nicely. Here's Reed, whose kick goes on the 45. Well, just bounced off Zane Dersma there. Play on advantage, but it's going to be turned over. McMahon gets hands to it. Goes wider. White. Chance here at VFL level. Will White, his first game. The Carlton VFL. Wider to O'Brien. So just taking a little bit of time. Squares it to Carroll, who thought about going back that way, and he goes wide up and goes to O'Brien again. Doing well defensively here, the academy team. The switch could be on. Lou to McMahon, who goes wider, and here's Cowan. They work to the broadcast side. Dozzie's got it. No one on him, so he could just run off here. Dozzie. Actually, Zane Dersma trying to create half a contest. Kick up towards half forward. Sanders running into a brick wall. That's Riley Sanders of the Sandy Dragons. And the ball will be tossed up. O'Keefe in the ruck with Will Green from the academy team. And the academy have the footy. Here's Dersma, younger brother of Xavier, as this kick goes up the line. A 2-on-1. Having to work hard there in the end was Nate Caddy. And they'll get their hands on the footy. Caddy will get his hands on it. He closes to 50. Goes on the right to 2-on-1. Having to work hard, O'Brien just worried off the footy. Here's Wilson, twisting, turning near the boundary line. It's right next to the behind the goalpost, I should say. And Nick Watson has taken the mark and kicked the goal. Watson playing for the Eastern Rangers. And it's just important to note that all of the players here by the end of the year will be eligible for the draft. This program, just a selection of the most talented footballers across the country. They've all turned 17. Thus will be eligible for the draft this year. And they're getting the better of the start here against Carlton's VFL lineup. No Crocker, no Paddy Dow in the team today. O'Keefe, are we going to do this one again? We are. O'Keefe will have to do plenty of the ruck work this afternoon. Sanders, kick up towards centre half forward. Caddy just was dispossessed in the end. They eventually released the footy. Chance here for Boyd. So one of the emergencies for the AFL game. He's out there in this game today. The ball just pinballing around. Opportunity for Sanders again. His kick goes up towards 50. It's a wider ball. Caddy coming out to meet it. Has got some support. Tholstrup's going around the body into the Watson direction. He did well actually to keep it in. Got it back to Caddy. Just handballed over his head in the end. Dersma dragged down in the tackle. And going nowhere. We'll have it tossed up. So, small crowd in. Would suggest plenty of friends and family, particularly the Melbourne-based players here. And this will be another throw-up. We head towards the 10-minute mark of what will be 25-minute quarters flat here in this game. And that's Cooper Simpson who's taking the footy over the line, the Dandenong Stingray. To mention players from all over the country coming together for the training camp. As we have this ball tossed in. O'Keefe. Quick kick out of the pack by Watson. He is through for a behind. And so Tyrese Liu will be the player to bring the footy back in. As he's going to work the broadcast side. Tall timber is Brereton. Late call up into the side. The Echuca product playing for the Blues. Working here, Martin will get the handball receive. And he's going to go wide. It's a good option in the end. Cowan goes even wider. See if they can get something going on this outer side. It's into the path of Dozzy, who's just held up. So it means that the footy's got to go back, and that's a real error. A turnover. And the footy will come straight back in for the Academy. Rogers goes short. It's 9-10. Riley Sanders has the footy in his hands. His kick going inside 50. And Liu takes a good mark. A defensive mark to Martin. Thinking about going on with it. Now he's got someone on the overlap. It's Stevens. His kick, there's not much happening up ahead. And he's turned the footy over. And here's the captain of the Academy side, George Stevens from the Rebels. Into the middle of the ground. Sanders again. Getting plenty of the footy in this opening term. A high ball for Archie Roberts. And his kick going towards the pocket. Falls to the back. Delian can't keep it in. We'll have it tossed in. Spending a lot of time inside the Academy's forward 50. Good to see them wearing the Australian jumper as well. Really big moment for these players. Ball falls to the back. Good clearing ball from Boyd. Now sitting underneath that is Edwards. Was always going to be a tall order. The ball heading towards the boundary line. Numbers for the Blues. That might have been holding. Umpire said no. Roberts now worked it back. Sanders trying to square it up into the middle. Archie Roberts, short ball. There's the mark. Yep, he keeps going, Edwards. He just wanted to get that footy off. Working there, O'Sullivan. Just put it back to Edwards. It was tricky for him. They come diving in. Wrong trying to put a spoil on. And now having to lay the tackle on Edwards. And the ball will be thrown up. Plenty of players with Smithy's VFL experience in this Academy lineup. You suspect most of them will be playing some stage in their state league teams as the Blues look to clear. Martin. Oh, he's in trouble. Just managed to get the footy away. Ramshaw goes wide up. Dozzy. Oh, his kick's been turned over as well. Tholstrup. And he's been taken off the footy. So now opportunity for the Blues. White wants to go short. Not the best of options as they've turned the footy over again. Although it is a little bit untidy. Back with Stevens. Kicks inside the 50. This is going to be turned over again. Patton. Cross to Roberts, who's got a runner on the outside. Delian wanted to handball over his head. Not the best of options. Carroll is there for the Blues. Just taken off the footy. Ball right near the boundary line. Wrong can't keep it in. We'll have it tossed in. So midway through this opening quarter, 14 play 6 here at Marvel Stadium. So the ball tossed back in. Taken there by Reed. Got the handball out. Rogers. A little short ball here is good. McKercher takes the mark. Reed calling for it in the middle of the ground. The kick going long. Off hands. Darcy Wilson got hands to it for the Academy, and again he just kicks it into open space up towards half forward. Gee, coming out to meet it strongly there was Patton. Worked it across. Here's Walter, and he finds a short option. And it's Delian who's got it. From South Adelaide, And a chance to line up for his first of the afternoon. And this would be a great start for the Australian Under-18 Academy team. Directly in front. Kick is good. He's got it. He's got his first, and they've got their third. So I was mentioning some of these players, particularly the Victorian-based players who've had some Smithies VFL experience. I mentioned Harley Reid, a couple of games in a row for Carlton's VFL side. Caden Cleary, number 3, has played VFL for the Sydney Swans team. He's from up there. So there's a few here. Nathan Phylactides, the player wearing number 25, has played a game for Richmond's VFL team. I suspect, as I mentioned before, most, if not all, the players on the list will see State League action, get a taste of it throughout the season. Here is Reid, shot the handball out. McKercher, his kick going wide into the path of Turner. They've just been held at the crucial moment. Umpires allowing them to go on with it. He goes back in and gets his own footy. Did a really good job of that. As now McKercher's kick is a good one. Lawrence, his kick is just a little bit too far for Caddy. And so it'll be turned over. Parks has it. Oh, he's dangerous at the kick. And it's been coughed up, and I think it's Walter who's got it. It is Jed Walter. Chance to line up for his first for this afternoon. Another of the Suns Academy players. As he wheels around and he drags it back nicely. Great start for the Academy team. 26 plays 6. 125-minute quarters for this one. A fast start for this Academy team. They've had a good time. I've seen plenty of videos up on social media of the work that they've been doing. A couple of players having a few trick shots at goal too. Very impressive, the talent that's on offer here. No doubt a bumper crop coming again in 2023. Disposal winners on the ground. Jake Rogers has 8 so far. McKercher and Sanders with 7 for the Academy team. As this is held up, there is Jake Rogers for Carlton's VFL team. Jack Martin has 7. McMahon with 6. As this ball spills to the back. And Archie Roberts trying to hit up his teammate in McKercher. Couldn't quite get to it. Working hard, Tholstrup. His kick inside 50. Just missing the target. And here's McMahon. His kick going short. Looking for O'Brien. There's a couple of Blues players here, so they've got plenty of time to sort themselves out. Lewis. Oh, O'Brien. He's thinking he's going to get the free kick here. Yeah, it's a free kick going the Blues' way. And go back to Michael Lewis. Played 4 VFL games this season so far. As the Academy looking to go forward again. And this is Archer Reid. His kick just slightly off target. Parks works it across. Machete works it out. Martin to Ramshaw. His kick up the line. Well, he was looking for White, but White's been out-pointed. And Phylactides has it. His kick across the ground. Fogarty has intercepted the footy, so a turnover. Chance for the Blues to get something going. Been really inside 50 in this opening quarter. Again, the defence holding strong for the Academy. Phylactides again. Players diving in, pattern one of those. hands. Brereton just got the handball out into the path of O'Keefe. Had to bend down to pick it up. White is there as well, but also the numbers for the academy, and they're doing a super job down there at the moment. Hardiman's kick, a dangerous one. O'Brien getting in the way, but they've still got the numbers here. Lawrence picked it up, works with his teammate in Sanders. Into the middle of the ground they go. They can take a bit more time. Cooper Simpson has his hands on it. His kick going wide. It's a good one. Presenting all the way down the ground is Jed Walter. Well, he had Lawrence, but he decides to go himself. Big pack of players. Ball bobbling around, and it should be taken away. Boyd kicking in the middle of the ground. Fogarty. He's going to go with the short kick. Brereton, mentioned from Echuca. On the list here for the Blues, his kick, looking for O'Keefe. This coming through. Carroll to track this footy. Now wrapped up in the tackle. Effective tackle too. No call from the umpire. Simpson did a great job. The umpire will toss it up. So this ball spills free. Wilson. Just kick up the line. Did well in the end, Lou, just to work his opponent under the footy. The Blues can reload again. O'Brien to sit underneath this one. Takes the mark. Oh, and the kick's not good. It's been turned over. Phylactides. It's the player to Simpson from the Dandy Stingrays. Sort of a couple from the Dandy Stingrays in this lineup today. Caddy, this is Nate Caddy. The mighty Northern Knights. And his kick will go inside 50 again. Well, trying to have a go at it was Ethan Reid. He jumped way too early. McMahon takes the mark. To Carroll. And deciding what to do with it. He's got the short kick, the short option. Lou. Into the middle of the ground. Parks will go wider because all on his own is Carl. And now they've got some numbers and they've got some runs. Stevens kept on going. His kick into the pocket's a good one. Good pressure again, but Ronk right near the boundary line. I think he was over. He was trying to go for the absolute spectacular. Nathan Phylactides, the player, just holding him back. So throw in into attack here. Only a couple of minutes to go before quarter time. To ground. Cooper's doing the ruck work there for the Blues. Short ball, Sanders. And it will be a free kick going the Blues' way. O'Brien will just send it long and high. Carl, the player, try and take that mark. And the defence been superb from the AFL Academy in this opening quarter. Inside 50 count, 15 for the Academy to 6 for the Blues in this opening quarter. Under the lid here at Marvel Stadium. Ball off hands. Chance for Ronk. Brought down in the tackle. Release it just in the nick of time. Delian's there. Under pressure. Kick partially smothered, but they've still got the numbers. Jake Rogers superb again. Trying to get himself involved at every opportunity and doing a good job of it. Now Reid gets around a couple. Works it to Caddy, who's going with a shorter ball. It was a clever kick, almost. Clever kick out to Reid. Couldn't keep the footy in. And we'll have it tossed in. So about a minute to go before quarter time. There's this ball thrown in. O'Keefe, well, he did have it all to himself. Taken away by Sanders. Another error from the Blues. Ronk with his first and his second efforts. Had to follow up. The kick's a good one. And they're on the clock, about 45 seconds remaining. This kick from Honey is a good one. And Gill has it. As I mentioned, just played the one Smithy's VFL game so far this season. And he should go back and have the shot pretty much on the quarter time siren. An important one here for the Blues VFL side. And Gill playing the Northern Footy League for West Preston Lakeside. His kick all the way to the line. And it's kicked out of midair by Ronk. Right place, right time. You know, he's so dangerous. When it's in the goal square like that, it's an important goal for the Blues as we've reached quarter time. And 4-2-26, the under-18 team leading Carlton. 2 straight 12 here at quarter time. An entertaining quarter of footy. And the academy players, the best of the draft crop coming up at the end of this year, showing what they can do. All single goal kickers across the board for both teams. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second quarter action soon. It's the AFL Academy taking on Carlton here at Marvel Stadium on afl.com.au and via the AFL app. So getting ready for a start in the second quarter here at Marvel Stadium. It is the under-18s, the AFL Academy, leading by 14 points over Carlton's VFL team. All single goal kickers in the opening term. Lockie O'Brien leading the way for the Blues. 9 disposals. Liam McMahon, Jack Martin with 8 apiece, and it's Rogers with 12 for the Academy. Sanders with 10. So away we go. Quarter number 2. Let's redo that one. The ruck is Will Green from the Northern Knights. And he's going up against Hudson O'Keefe. O'Keefe, Fogarty. Ball off hands, Machete. 360 there was Cleary. Gets Caden Cleary from Sydney. And holding the footy. Here's the result. It's going to be a Blues free kick. And we'll go to Ronk. Kick to goal right on the quarter time siren. Short ball, good ball. And spots up a target in Josh Honey. Played the 5 games at AFL level. A couple here at Smithy's VFL level. There's a goal in the Smithy's VFL competition. The handful of matches that he's played. From 48, the kick is there. Smattering of Blue fans behind the goal. Liking that one. And he's got his first for the afternoon here at Marvel Stadium. Catalyst to get going. Power had his team in for quite some time at the quarter time break. So back in the middle. And away we go again. O'Keefe getting the tap down. Has been taken out beautifully by Dersma. His kick up to Caddy is sensational. Excellent delivery of the footy. Zane Dersma. So I mentioned the brother of Xavier, and certainly if you ask him, he certainly thinks he's got his brother covered. He has said that he is to be drafted, that he wants to have the opportunity to play against his brother, and they can have a showdown to see who the better player is. I love the confidence. And here's Nate Caddy, right on 50. That kick is going all the way. Superb finish. And another one to the Academy. And they've just reset the balance here in this second quarter. So an immediate response from the Academy team. Wait for this ball to go back into the middle. Get the bounce, not 100%. And Will Green pretty much had it all to himself there. So we'll redo it again. So Green getting it down. Call off the player coming through. Cleary. Breaks the tackle, kicks inside 50, looking for Caddy again. Here's Callanan, who's got time and space, dragging the ball around. Can't bring it back enough. Jack Callanan, the Tassie Devils and the Clarence Football Club. With the shot at goal there, here's Fogarty. The Blues will be wanting to put the foot down here, but not being allowed to. As there's a clash just behind the initial contest, and it will be a free kick going the way of O'Keefe. Only Reed standing the mark. So O'Keefe told to get on with it by the umpire. Up towards half forward. Off hands. Can get a clean run at it, Brereton. Curtin for the Academy. Through the hands of Reed. It's worked out. Boyd. He's in the middle of the ground. Martin breaking one tackle. Reed got him. Still managed to get that handball away deep inside 50. It might come back out though. O'Sullivan is there for the academy. Working at the bottom of the pack. Martin trying to get the footy off him. Oh, this may be the umpire saying, yeah, insufficient intent. So the turnover. And Cullinan for the academy. Curtin. Not sure where he wants to go. Just over the top, Reed. Sanders. Chipping ball, O'Sullivan. He goes up the line. They got out of trouble there nicely. Watson's got it. His kick just over the head there of Green. And the footy's been turned over. Parks to O'Brien. Now in the middle of the ground is Carroll. And he's got plenty of space. Just gets around. Dalian, his kick going wide. Not going to hit the target in Martin. He might end up with it anyway. Front on contact from Roberts. They managed to affect the spoil. Rogers, handball over the top. Reed, the don't argue, managed to get that handball away. And they're off to the races. Carbour, hands over the top. Dalian, who's got plenty of academy players to choose from here. He's got the tall timber in Green. The Mosquito Fleet as well. Here's Moore. Having a shot and through for another behind. Boy, they moved that football quickly. So 34 plays 18 here at Marvel this afternoon. It's a nice sunny day in Melbourne, but of course the roof's shut. Lewis has it for the Blues. And on the centre wing, he's got an acre of space, and his kick is a good one. And Carl's got it. His kick squared it up nicely. And they got him on the overlap. And it's Will White who's got it for the Blues. Hasn't played Smithy's VFL yet for the Carlton side. From South Warrnambool and the Rebels. Will White, and he comes. Kick on the way. Nope, has missed everything in the end there. So it'll be Will Patton, West Adelaide, to bring the footy back into play. Short kick. Carbour. Now they're forced to just go a little bit slower up the ground. Curtin. And Claremont. And WA. Goes across the ground. Back to Patton. He goes further afield, but this could come unstuck. As Dozzie's come in and taken the intercept mark. Told to get on with it by the umpire. He's just going to put it long. High ball. Coopers was the target. This might stay in. It does in the end, or does it? Roberts, well, he was going to have a hard time dragging that one back. But we'll have the ball thrown in. So the ball tossed in. Trying to work through Roberts. Out of mid-air again. It's another one for the Blues. The opportunistic goal. And that could be the thing that gets them going. Carl's the player who's kicked it. And the margin is back to 10 points. Looking at the inside 50 count so far for the game. 12 for the Blues and 18 for the Academy team. Disposal winner on the ground. Leading disposal winner on the ground is Jake Rogers, the Gold Coast Suns. He's got 13 so far for the game for the Academy team. Leading the way. Keith gets the tap down. Blues under pressure. Hands and knees there. Stevens trying to clear it, but instead it's going to go straight back inside 50 for the Academy. Trying to paddle it in front of him is McKercher. Caddy managed to slip the handball out. Moore is at the bottom of that pack, and the umpire will throw it up. And he's just trying to get his hands on it. Stevens. It's been turned over. Kick all the way to the goal square. It could be an opportunity. Walter. Fitzy and turning. Went back to Caddy. Puts a high ball up. And that's missed the lots. So I think one of those Bulldogs fans, the cheer squad in nice and early for the AFL game. We'll have to go and collect that footy. And O'Brien to bring the footy back into play. This is Cowan. 13 disposals last week in the narrow loss to the Brisbane Lions at Smithy's VFL level. Jordan Boyd. There's a longer kick to that outer side, and they can get some run going here. Stevens, who's got time and space. His kick into the white direction. Didn't hit him on the full. Carbo doing a good job in terms of putting the pressure on and just locking that footy in. Excellent work again from the academy players. And the ball will be tossed up. It's a quick tap down. Brereton. It's going to be turned over. And here is Harley Reid. Mentioned the two Smithy's VFL games for Carlton. Now playing against them. Roberts, Archie Roberts. The kick. The line is a good one. I think Edwards. Get that handball back. McKercher. Lawrence. Handball in a dangerous position. Cleary is there. Back to Lawrence. His kick up the line is a good one. Dersma. Just in the link, and he's got it back again. His kick in the middle of the ground is a good one. Black ties the player. And goes on the left. A long ball. Whistle. Downfield free kick. It's going to go the academy's way. He's going to be the player to claim it. Is it Ethan Reid? It is who's got it. A chance directly in front to bring this margin to 16 points. Midway through this second quarter. And he comes. Good kick. To Ethan Reid. He gets his first on the board this afternoon. Ethan Reid from up north as well, part of that Gold Coast Suns Academy. And they're doing a great job at Smithy's VFL level. Again, you'll see these players featuring in that competition. The Suns at the moment undefeated, had a good win against Southport earlier today. And they are a force to be reckoned with. Pretty much majority AFL listed players playing each week, and they've got good depth in their squad. But you'll see some of these academy players featuring prominently, I suspect, in the back end of the season. So 40 plays 24. Brereton into the ruck against Green. Brereton again. His kick inside 50 for the Blues. Send it to the back. White's got some work to do, just paddling it forward. Should be trapped here by Hardiman. Did a good job. Got the handball over the top. Sanders working hard. Patton goes on the left, up the line. Cleary makes it towards the middle of the ground. Black Tides. Oh, he's in trouble. He was in two minds. Wasn't sure what to do. Carl, his kick partially intercepted. And they still managed to work this out, the academy players. Here's Reid. Oh, big tackle. The ball eventually released. Now the umpire's saying advantage, so Boyd could just go on, have a flying shot and miss. So the ball will be brought back in. Oh, under pressure again. There's that player, Carl, getting in the way. Another intercept mark and another turnover. Boy, oh boy, they have struggled. Their foot skills today, the Blues. Green works it across. Lawrence into the middle of the ground. Dangerous footy. Boyd got up with Caddy. And there's a holding free kick. It will go the way of the Blues. In the middle of Marvel Stadium. So Boyd's got it. His kick wide for Fogarty. Kick over the top's a good one. Martin should be able to take the mark pretty comfortably and does. First game at Smithy's VFL level this season. Mentioned played in round 1 of the AFL season. A chance to get his first and just give the Blues a bit of a lift with less than 10 minutes remaining in this second quarter. The kick on the way is excellent. Martin's got his first. The Blues bring you back to 9 points with around 9 minutes remaining. 25-minute quarters for this game. The Academy will again assemble a bit later in the year. I should mention too that there's a girls' academy as well. They'll be playing some representative footy a little bit later in the year and have a training camp too. At the moment it's the academy holding the ascendancy. I'm just seeing the Blues fight back a little bit in this second term. 3-2. O'Keefe having the ruck all to himself. Fogarty, he's coughed up the footy. McKercher, handball over the top. Rogers' kick goes wide. Mark not paid. Delian, Caddy has time, decides to do the team thing and kick across the ground. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there anyway. Ethan Reid could get nowhere near it. So McMahon to bring the footy back in. And runs off Watson. And kicks long and high. And there for O'Sullivan. Across Maschetti. Oh, through hands again. Cowan just fumbled at the crucial moment. So managed to get the footy away. It's right near the line. We will have it tossed in. The crowd will slowly build up to a 7:30 bounce for the AFL game, which will be Carlton and the Western Bulldogs. O'Keefe at front position. And they managed to get away. Machete again. Kick up the line. Running it first is O'Sullivan. He's going to be worried off the footy. Big tackle by Gill. And the ball will be tossed up again. Well, this is just going to go high. Someone's going to have to sit underneath that one. I could take the mark, but they've got the numbers. White again for the Blues. Kicks a long ball. The pressure here, working hard. O'Sullivan had a teammate alongside. It was Curtin. And they've gotten out of trouble again. McAuliffe has it. His kick to a 2-on-1. The one's pretty good in terms of Jake Rogers and the game he's putting together. Now has to apply the tackling pressure. And we'll have it thrown up. 40 plays 31. Here's Fogarty. Delivery inside footy, no good. And Harley Reid takes the mark. To get it moving quickly through the middle of the ground, Archie Roberts. He's kick up the line. Couldn't find the target. Edwards just worried off the footy. Manned up with it again. Delian. Well, it went through his hands. No one wanted it. So White said, I'll extract it. Fogarty just brushed the tackle. Works with Stevens. The kick wide into the path of Ronk. Twisting, turning. He's got Sanders for company. Decides to go with that short ball. Machete just lost a handle on it. Here's Rogers. They've turned it over. Here comes the Academy. McKercher just running out of room. Black Tides kick in the middle of the ground is superb. And Archer Reed's got it. Cross to Roberts. To Callanan. Jack Callanan, the Tasmanian. Dillian. And Dillian's kick into the path of Caddy. Just a handle on it. More. Handball out. Roberts. Dillian again. And there with Edwards. Kick partially smothered. It's Caddy to lay the tackle. And Aiden Mills and the umpire will throw the footy up. So 4.5 minutes to go in this second term. They've narrowed the margin. Carlton still down in this second quarter as Stevens held up. We'll do it again. There's a quick kick out from Stevens. We find someone in space. It's Callanan handballing inside 50, but it's turned over again. Fogarty. Go wide. Dozzy. Looking for Martin. Gets on the end of this. Against Hardiman. Kick inside 50 is good. Coopers takes the mark. So, chance here. His second goal of the season, although this won't officially count in the record books. Smithy's VFL level. Right on the paint of 50. This will go right to the top of the goal square, and plenty of numbers for the Academy. In fact, 3 there lining up. Then Archer Reed was the player. Took the mark. Forced to go short. Carbo. Sanders. Just short kicks to try and exit the 50. Which they do. In the path of Rogers, but just taken off it by Fogarty. And his kick is a good one. And they've got him on the overlap. So Ronk's the player. And he'll line up and have the shot directly in front. Chance to reduce this margin to just 3 points heading towards half time. And the kick on the way is a good one. So Ronk's got 2. And the margin is back to 3 points in this quarter. Carlton kicking the 4 goals to 2 to reduce that margin. Leading ball winner on the ground for the Blues. Archie Stevens is up to 15 disposals. O'Brien with 12 along with Fogarty. Boyd and Martin with 11. And for the Academy team, Rogers with 15. Sanders with 13. Delian with 12. So the ball back in the middle. O'Keefe just grabbing it out of the ruck. Carroll was dispossessed. Whistle, push out, free kick going the way of the Academy. So Dersma, kick is short and good. Jake Rogers had a great opening half and a great delivery of their football. Cleary has it. His kick will go inside 50. Looking for the tall target of Walter. Couldn't find him. Ball on the deck and no one's going to be able to get clear of this. The umpire will call a stop to it. Less than a minute to go now. Just the one more chance to score here for potentially the Academy team. As Fogarty sees that footy over. Working there against Ashton Moore. Ashton Moore from Glenelg. And we'll have a toss back in again. 40 seconds remaining. As the ball's tossed back in. And it should be cleared. O'Brien, his kick going up the line will be touched offhand, so that will probably be the last play of this opening half. It's been an entertaining one. The Blues narrowing the margin after it was a 14-point lead to the Academy team. So a handful of seconds remaining. And Cleary, who gets his hands on it, and just caught up with the tackle with Lockie O'Brien. Nothing in that one. And a good fight back from the VFL Blues. 6-1-37. Good kicking by Carlton. And they are trailing the Academy team 6-4-40. So, yeah, as I mentioned, 4 goals to 2 in that quarter. Ronk with 2 goals for the Blues. And all singles for the Academy team as they'll head into the change rooms for half-time. An entertaining contest, this one. And plenty to come in the second half as both teams just get into a little bit of a huddle before they disappear into Marvel Stadium. It looks like they're going to be coming in the umpire's entrance. And the umpires are going into a completely different entrance. So as they disappear underneath Marvel Stadium, we'll take a break and we'll be back with the second half action very, very soon. A 3-point lead to the under-18 Academy side against Carlton's VFL team here on afl.com.au and the AFL app. So almost time for a start. The second half here at Marvel Stadium. It is the AFL Academy. 6-4-40 leading Carlton. 6-1-37. Peter McCutter with you. It was a 14-point lead to the Academy at quarter time. And lead by just 3 now at half time. Leading disposal winners on the ground. It's Jake Rogers leading the way with 16 disposals, 6 kicks, 10 handballs. And closely followed by Riley Sanders with 14. Delian with 11. Roberts and Caddy with 10 each for the Academy team. And just, I know folks will be wondering about Harley Reid. Well, he's not too far behind in terms of the stats to half-time. 9 disposals, 1 kick, 8 handballs, 2 marks so far in this first half. And for the Blues, Stevens has 15 disposals. Archie Stevens. Lockie O'Brien with 13. Lucky Fogarty with 12. So away we go in this second half. Narrow lead to the Academy. O'Keefe getting the tap down. Went through Fogarty's hands. Just scooped out of there. The Academy will look to go forward. Reid. A teammate, Delian, working with Sanders. Fogarty. Carroll, 360, holding the footy. McKercher looks to go wide. The kick is good. Wilson inside 50, the first to the caught up. Will go the way of the Academy team. They've got plenty of tall targets. Walter's one of those. It's flicked back out. McKercher again. And Carroll just clears the area. But it'll only be temporary. Roberts has it. Kick up to half forward. Reid flew. Couldn't bring it down. Stevens is there. To Ronk. Around 1, around 2. Good job as he works it across to O'Brien, who's kick up the line for the Blues. The one-on-one. Good body work there from Gill, but just couldn't drag the footy down. Has to go and follow it up. He's handball into space. Carroll just has to work it back out. Fogarty has plenty of time. The time was slowly running out. Still managed to get the kick away. And Honey, who was under some sort of pressure, ended up taking the mark. He goes to Martin. One grab the second. And this will be a goal to Ronk. So Ronk has a goal in each of the quarters now. And the Blues are in front in the early stages of this third quarter. And it's been all the Academy. They got out to a handy lead. They've just slowly been pegged back by the VFL Blues. Let's see how the Academy can respond. They've been pretty good actually today in terms of being able to fight back. I just feel that the Blues VFL team, the quality coming to the fore. Ethan Reid now in the ruck against Hudson O'Keefe. Reid for the Academy side. And we'll redo that ball throw up. Hudson O'Keefe got it down. Stevens extracts it out of the middle. He kicks wide, but it's good. And Ronk up the line. Martin, successful return from a calf injury so far this afternoon. Works it to Carroll. He's just going to have a shot all the way to the line and through for a behind. So here is Harley Reid. He goes for a bit of a run. He might get the footy back. He does. Streaming outside 50. His kick going long. Ramshaw at the back. Juggling. Not going to be paid the mark. Under pressure there from Reid. And Walter just handballing forwards. Ramshaw getting back in that mix. It ends up with Parks. His kick dangerous. It's going to be turned over. And Orlando Turner's the player with the footy. West Adelaidean. And a chance at his first of the afternoon. Important kick this one for the Academy. So Orlando Turner. Oh, he's going the full trip. It's there. It's So he gets his first of the afternoon. And the academy team, the under-18s, they're now back in front. It's a bit of a seesawing encounter. Just a reminder too that they are all draftable at the end of the year. All 17 years of age as of January 1st this year. And they'll be eligible. Harley Reid leading the charge, but boy, we've seen some good performances today. Jake Rogers leading the way for the academy. And some good talent and some decisions to be made by recruiters, and there are plenty of them here this afternoon at Marvel Stadium. So ball back in the middle. Carroll. O'Keefe. Good overlap. Stevens. 55 out into the pocket. Trying to get out there. Honey couldn't take the mark. Zellian, handball into space, and we'll have it thrown in. In fact, it's going to be a free kick to the Blues. Looks like White's going to be the player to take it. He'll just load up. Go into the pocket and to take the mark. Honey was at the back. Carl just trying to go off the ground. And they should be able to get out of trouble here, the academy. They've got enough numbers, Curtin. Just got to be clean, and he is into the path of Tholstrup. From Subiaco, his kick up the line is out of bounds on the full. So it's pretty much the Blues doing all the attacking so far in this third quarter. Play on, says the umpire. Parks, his kick to centre half forward is going to be turned over. And away they go again. Sanders. We'll get the handball received from Reid, and he handed it back to him. Reid with a bounce. Handball over the top, McAuliffe. Just fumbled at the crucial moment. And the Blues through Cowan will go across the ground. Dozzy to Carl. It's into space for him. He's got plenty of time to assess his options. Lowers the eyes, kick inside 50. It was Gill who came out to try and meet it. Couldn't take the mark. Under pressure now, the academy to try and lock this ball in. They do. And Hardiman, Riley Hardiman from Swan Districts picks himself up. And the umpire will toss this ball into the air. It's Brereton with the tap down. Martin laying the tackle. 221's going at it. McAuliffe for the academy. Rogers just throws it onto the boot. Trying to put it into some sort of space, but Ramshaw gets there first. Kick across the ground is a good one. Dozzy, short, Carl. And his kick. It's a deep ball looking for Gill. The pressure's on, and the umpire will toss this ball in. With the path of Darcy Porter, another late inclusion for the Blues VFL team this evening. Plenty of listed players. Ed Curnow not out there. Named as was one of the emergencies for Carlton today. So I suspect he'll be the sub tonight as ball's flipped out. Ramshaw, Fogarty by hand. O'Brien, very congested inside 50. They fly Reid, the player that's flying, and now dragged down into the turf. No chance of getting that ball clear, and we'll have it tossed up. Attacking position for Carlton. Oh, that could almost have been incorrect disposal. Fogarty just fumbled at the crucial moment. And here's Watson. Got it back from Rogers. And he's kicked long. This is a wide open 50. And it'll be a foot race. Callanan over the top to Caddy, who's got plenty of time, but he just couldn't pick up the footy. He's still got plenty of time. Shot the handball out. That didn't meet its target. Callanan going back in. Come diving in. There's a holding free kick. Well, that was a little fortuitous, I think, for the academy team, because they were streaming towards goal and just needed to be clean. They couldn't, but they'll take the free kick. Jack Callanan, the player. And Tasmanian a chance at his first of the evening. Crowd building up here too at Marvel Stadium. Maybe a few little surprise that there's actually footy happening as a curtain raiser. And Carlton makes no mistake. First of the evening for him. And that margin now to 8 points. So they've had a couple of training camps, the academy team. This is their third and final one that they've been involved in. Of course, topping it off with the game today. They lost to Port Adelaide's SANFL team during gather round. It was an opportunity to showcase these players. And they've got a handy margin here on the Blues VFL team. Back in the middle. On the ground trying to get through there was Rogers. Cleary. And the kick again heading forward for the academy team. Caddy did well in heavy traffic. Kircher across here. Thelstrup. His kick and he's deep. Working here, Callanan. Just lost a handle on the footy. Plenty of numbers around for the Blues. Cowan, one of those players. Now at the chance to clear. Lewis kicks up towards centre wing. The academy players spoiled each other in the end. It's a wide open 50 for the Blues. Into the path here of White. Can he win the foot race? Well, he was ahead, then he was behind. Now he's got to lay the tackle on Roberts. They've still got the numbers here, the academy, and they've done well to get out of trouble again. Thelstrup's kick. Will go wider, and they can load up again on the broadcast wing. Couple of bounces for McKercher. And he's turned the footy over, and Cowan's taken the mark. 13 disposals last week in the loss to the Brisbane Lions and the Smithies VFL. Kick across the ground finds Ramshaw. Oh, the kick hasn't found its target. Dangerous. Turner. His kick. Oh, just missing. Just missing. Not by much. Margin extends to 9. We head towards the midway point of this third quarter. Kick goes short. This is Boyd, who looks to go wider, but getting in the way is Moore. Finds his teammate in Reed, whose kick across the ground will favour Caddy notionally. He's got Ramshaw for company. Ramshaw did really well. And his kick, his handball, I should say, towards the middle of the ground. Machete just pushes it back. Ramshaw, chipping kick. Oh, it's another error by foot from the Blues. No way that Porter could get there. Free kick to the academy team. So Orlando Turner has it. Look to go backwards. Hardiman. And he just goes with a high ball. They fly. His answer at Reed. He might have been a little surprised there. Ended up with the footy. O'Keefe brought down. Good tackling pressure. This time by Cleary. And the umpire will toss the ball up. Still in a good position for the academy team. Ball slips out. Rogers. 360 into the path of Turner. Whistle. High tackle. Free kick going the way of the academy. And it will be Orlando Turner again who's got it. And it should go back and Slotty second. It's Orlando Turner and Ashton Moore. There's a great video on the AFL socials of them during the training camp, just having some trick shots at goal. They didn't miss too many, and he doesn't miss here. Turner with his seconds. And they extend the margin again. So midway through this third quarter. Good kick from Orlando Turner. West Adelaide. Plenty of South Australians part of this squad. Actually named a 30-player squad. They've been rotating through this afternoon. And so now we wait the ball back in the middle. Umpire deciding to toss the ball up now. Reed just outpointed the academy on that occasion. Machete wrapped up in the tackle. The umpire will throw it up. O'Keefe. And again, the academy should clear. Simpson trying to find a player in space. Does find someone in space. It's Dersma. He has a shot. It's there. Well, we know his brother didn't mind a celebration, but I'm pretty sure Zane will be in exactly the same vein. A couple of quick goals here to the academy. All of a sudden, that scoreline looking very good for them. 65 plays 44. 10 minutes to play in this third quarter. Wonderful goal from Zane Dersma. He likes kicking them too. Don't worry about that. I think he was 14, played against an under-18 side, kicked 8 goals in the preliminary final. Under-14s game, bagged 10. 31 goals from 14 games. Coates Talent League level last season for Dersma. So McKercher kicks inside 50, but the footy's going to be turned over. McMahon takes the mark. Wide for Carroll. He's got O'Brien as the short option. That's going to be ignored. Now not sure which way he wants to go. So just tries to go up the line. Brereton's a tall target. Can't find him. Simpson. McKercher. And his kick is going to be turned over. So Lewis works in the middle of the ground for Martin, who can just run off. Not much up ahead, so needs to go with a stabbing option to Carl. Back to Martin. Good overlap, and the kick into the pocket. White. Well, he can't take the mark. He's right near the boundary line. Handball across. Trying to find a player in space. Dozzy. They're just doing this by handball at the moment. Dozzy again right near the boundary line. Trying to drag it back. He's missed a lot. Oh, they've made some errors by foot today. Carlton, it's been noticeable. So Daniel Curtin to bring the footy back in. I want to get it across to Watson. The umpire said, now you've got it off your mark. We're just going to go for the exact same result. So play on, not 15. There's a whistle. I think he ran over the behind line. He did. So behind added to the total, and Watson rushing that one through. We'll go to Roberts. Back to Watson. Roberts again. They try and work it. Here's Turner. Almost 360. Watson again. Trying to get involved in the chain. Wilson, they just can't get it away. They might have the opportunity now. As this kick into the middle of the ground is excellent. Thelstrop's got it. He can take a bounce. Got players who are streaming up ahead. Reed. Thelstrop again. Just had to handball. Cleary. His handball's been smothered. Good pressure there from McMahon, trying to make something happen. So 7 minutes to play in this third quarter. And the margin is an even 20 points here at Marvel Stadium. Of Carlton and the Western Bulldogs. So the ball tossed in. Reed. Well, can't beat the tackler. Good tackling pressure and holding the footy as the results. They want to get it moving quickly. Gill. And just Reed taking a little time to get to his feet. Here's Carroll. Reed still down in back play. Well, a kick trying to find Coopers. He couldn't find him. It's near the line, and they want to keep it in here. The Academy, it's not the best of options. The footy's been turned over. Martin fumbled at the crucial moment. He can get clear. Ronk is lurking around the body at the post. Meanwhile, Harley Reid, just on centre wing, copped a heavy knock. And he is taking his time. He's in the hands of the trainers, making his way off the ground. They'll need to be careful here, Academy team, because the ball may be heading that way. Rogers. He's just looking a bit dazed at the moment, is Harley Reid. It looks like he might be going straight down to the rooms. He is. So a bit of news there. Highly fancied Harley Reid going down into the rooms for medical attention. Here's Darcy Wilson. He kicks up the line. Turner wants to square it in the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous option. Roberts made a good fist of it, but lost a handle on the footy. In dispute in the middle of the ground. Carroll, now Ronk, just holding on to it. Across to Stevens. They're just being forced back now, the Blues. Lewis. He goes wider and finds Fogarty. Wants to go on with it quickly. His kick is a good one. Coopers takes the mark. So just repeating, Harley Reid off the ground. Just crunched in a contest and coming off the worst for wear. Here's O'Brien. Kick inside 50 is good. And Archie Stevens has the mark. So Archie Stevens, the 6 games so far this season, averaging 18 disposals. He's having a good game today. Gives himself a bit more room, and he kicks the goal. So Stevens has one on the board. It's his first goal of the season, Smithy's VFL level. Well, an important one there for Carlton with about 4 minutes to play. Stevens up to 20 disposals, leading the way for the Blues. O'Brien with 19. And still Rogers with 20 disposals. Jake Rogers for the Academy team. And he's just edged out his teammate in Riley Sanders, who has 19. Inside 50 count. Well, that has evened up as the game's gone along. The Aussie team 33 to the Blues 32. Hit-outs 27-17 in favour of Carlton. So back in the middle. 3 minutes to go in this quarter as Fogarty extracts it from the ruck contest. The kick inside 50. No one could take the mark. They're looking to clear. Hardiman was in trouble. He's turned the footy over. And has this come back for a goal? It has. Cooper's got it. Couple in a row to the Blues. So that brings the margin back. 65 plays 58. Just maybe a bit of a run in red time here for the Blues. Reminder that Harley Reid is off the ground, getting medical attention after a big contest in the middle of Marvel Stadium in this quarter. As McKercher, his kick goes wide. Well, trying to get something going there is Tholstrup. Time continues to tick down. About 2 minutes to play. Good contest, and the umpire will toss it up. So the ruck's nominating. It's going to be Edwards contesting the ruck with Brereton. Stevens. Blues will declare. Here is Brereton. The Chuka product. His kick going up the line. Gill got hands to it. Was going to be play on anyway. Rogers almost copped one high. They should be able to get going again. The Academy. Caddy coming out to meet the footy. Couldn't take the mark. He might end up on the end of it here. As it's pinballing around. McAuliffe is there at the bottom of the pack. Come diving in from all directions. And they just managed to get away there. The umpire blew the whistle. Team McAuliffe, number 21 for the Academy from North Adelaide, as this is near the boundary line. We will have it tossed in. With about 40 seconds to play before three-quarter time. Two goals in this quarter to Orlando Turner. They kicked 4 goals. 4 goals to 3. Extending the margin from half-time. Rogers need to get it moving quickly inside 50. It's a long ball, but it's going to come straight back out again, you feel. Parks. They should have done enough by now, the Blues. They might actually want one of their own. They've got to get it moving. They've got 10 seconds. Good mark. Hoopers has got it. Wants to go on with it. And this is problematic. It's going to be a turnover. Yeah, holding the footing, and that'll be three-quarter time. Porter was trying to get something going. It didn't work. And wow, an interesting final quarter coming up. As the under-18s lead at 10-5-65 to Carlton, 9-4-58. And as I mentioned, 2 goals to Orlando Turner for the Academy. 3 goals to Ben Ronk, 1 in each of the quarters for Carlton. Just repeating, Harley Reid off the ground, getting a bit of medical attention at the moment. Just crunched in a contest on in the middle of the ground here at Marvel Stadium. We'll see whether he makes a reappearance at some stage. But a big final term coming up. 65 plays 58 at three-quarter time. Back with the final quarter next here on AFL.com.au and the AFL Live app. So ready for a start in this final quarter here at Marvel Stadium. Nice crowd building up to the AFL game. Coming up in around an hour and a half's time. A narrow lead to the Academy team, 10-5-65 to 9-4-58. Ben Ricardo with you for this final quarter. Just repeating, Harley Reid copped a head knock in that third quarter, and he's been taken down to the rooms for assessment. Suspect we won't see him out for this final term. And let's see which way this one's going to go. Ramshaw and Sanders going at it. And it's been extracted, as it has for most of the day, by Rogers for the Academy. Excellent delivery of the football, and Cullinan gets on the end of it. Kicked a goal in the third quarter. Jack. This will be the dream start for the Academy team. We've had a couple of great days here in Melbourne in a training camp. We've had 3 opportunities to get into the training camp. This was the final one. .47 outs. It's not going to be a goal. Has it made the trip? It hasn't, but it's been marked. Right on the behind line by Edwards. And Mitch wants to give it off, and he's done it right. Darcy Wilson, the Murray Bushranger. And he'll have a go. Knowing we've got a 25-minute quarter ahead. I know exactly how long there is to go. So, yeah, they're going to take their time. And why not too? Had 19 disposals, Darcy Wilson, in the Academy's previous outing during gather rounds against Port Adelaide's Samford team. And that's a superb kick. Wilson gets the first to the last here at Marvel Stadium. And 71 plays 58. So margin out to 13 points. Reminder too that Carlton back in Smithy's VFL action next week against Williamstown away. You can catch every game of the VFL, the Smithy's VFL, the Rebel VFLW, live on afl.com.au and the AFL app. And you can also catch the Samford and Waffle action. Match replays, plenty of highlights packages too. Right throughout the season, obviously getting the opportunity to see the best quality talent making their way through like this from Jake Rogers inside 50 again. Great movement of the footy by the Academy team. Lawrence just lost a handle of the footy. It's trying to get it clear. Won't be happening. The umpire's going to pig hold in the footy. Well, he might have been a little unlucky there, Rogers. But Fogarty will take the free kick. Goes wide to McMahon. To Carroll. And out of side. Looks to cutting board. And his kick. Long, the fist in there from Cooper, just trying to push the Blues inside 50. Here's Martin right near the boundary line. Can't pick it up. And off his hands, we'll have it tossed in. So throw in. Ramshaw trying to pick up the footy here for Carlton. Just being held up by Stevens. The umpire will throw it up. So Rogers again, hands and knees. The ball extracted. It's Dersma. Short kick is a good one. Finds Wilson. Hands over the top. Black Tides. Can go for a run as well. Did a good job of that. His kick up the line. Front position. Good mark by Reid. His kick going long and high. It's a good one again. Excellent transferal of the footy. And Edwards will be directly in front. Might have caught one on the way down. But he'll be feeling a hell of a lot better if he can kick this. I should mention too that there are 3 Reids playing in the game today. Harley, who's off the ground to copy a head knock in the third quarter. Ethan Reid and Archer Reid. Taking the kick is neither of those. It's Mitch Edwards. from the Peel Thunder, and he makes no mistake. They are putting the foot down here. The AFL Academy team, the under-18 team, 77 plays 58. It's been a super performance. Then we take a look at the leading disposal winners on the ground. Rogers now has 24 disposals for the game. In the previous Academy game, he ended up with 12 disposals in 1 goal. He's certainly improved on that. 24 and 4 marks. Sanders with 19, McKercher with 18, and Roberts with 15. For the Blues, O'Brien is up to 20, along with Stevens, Fogarty on 17, and Martin on 16. That'll be a positive, a definite positive for the Blues. Jack Martin back as Stevens kicks inside 50 for Carlton. There is that player, Martin. Swoops it out to Carroll, trying to get through traffic. Just shot the handball inside. An opportunity for Carl. He should straighten up and kick the goal, and does. His seconds. We know the Blues can hit the scoreboard quickly. Seen a couple of times they're getting back-to-back goals within a minute of each other, and they'll be looking for more of that now. So 77 now plays 64. 6 minutes gone, on our way to 25 minutes. As the crowd slowly making its way into Marvel Stadium tonight. Bounce still an hour and a half away. O'Keefe working with Archer Reed. Big fella did a good job. The kick inside 50 for the Academy. Turner couldn't complete the mark. White comes out to meet it. Works with Fogarty, whose kick up the line. Carl just trying to put the body pressure on, but it's Archie Roberts who's got it. His kick, Tholstrop's been good. Gets around the traffic. His kick's a good one. Finds a target again in Sanders. Now Sanders look for Caddy. That's the direction that he's heading in. And Nate Caddy, a chance at his second goal. That's almost put the contest beyond doubt. So he comes in. Very makeable range directly in front. 40 out. He's missed. So it'll be Boyd to bring the footy back into play. And he'll look to go wide. Lou, good in the opening quarter. A little quiet since. Averaging 12, almost 13 disposals a game. Tyrese Lou at this level. 6 games for the season in the Smithies VFL. As wide, Porter. Long kick. Good mark. Carroll kept it within the field of play. Wants to get something going here for the Blues. Over the head there of Honey's. Footy's been turned over. And Simpson's got it. Cooper Simpson from the Stingrays. Called to play on. Just go with a long ball. Crashing the pack there was Walter. They've got the numbers again. The Academy team. Moore. Go around the corner, all the way to the line. Boy, it was a good attempt. Mark on the last line of defence by Boyd. And now they come broadcast side, the Blues. Coopers. Fogarty's kick up the line, looking for Martin. Got it. Here's O'Brien running on. Kick up the line is a good one. Carl. Plenty of space. 55 out. Oh, he's got a player in the goal square. Ricetti's the player. Kicked 3 goals in the Smithies VFL. He's 3 games so far. And makes no mistake from point blank range. So the margin back to an even 3 goals here at Marvel Stadium. About 16 minutes left to play. So still very much time on the clock for them. I'll stand down. I suspect Harley Reid won't be making an appearance in this final quarter. Be a shame because I imagine there'll be a few Blues and even Bulldogs fans who'll be wanting to see him play today. So much talk about him, but I hope that he's okay. So back in the middle. And it'll be Ramshaw. First there, Thilstrop just held him up. Brereton kicking inside 50. Bit of holding going on. There should be a Blues free kick. It's not. It's going the way of the Academy. So George Stevens to take it. The skipper today goes wide. Wilson draws the play up. Roberts ran into trouble. Did well to trap the footy, but it could potentially be dangerous here. Will be. This is holding the ball. He just dragged it back in. That's exactly the advice that the umpire is giving him. So Dozzy to take the free kick for Carlton. Parks. Just a little chipping ball. Cowan. We'll go straight back in that direction. Parks. We'll go straight back in that direction. They'll work the overlap. Porter's got it. Hands in the back there from Brereton. I think that one was fairly obvious. From my vantage point on the other side of the grounds. So running out of room is Reed. This is Ethan Reed. And the kick into the middle of the ground and Cleary. Reed. This is Archer Reed. He's got players on the overlap. And the mark here taken. Billion. A chance to kick his second goal from South Adelaide. I think would almost put the contest beyond doubt. Only the 25-minute quarters, so we're not playing 30 plus. That means the legs are just a little bit fresher. In he comes. Hasn't made the trip. Rush through. Could be a handy point in the end. 19, now the margin. So lucky Cowan to bring the footy back into play. Decided to go that outer side. He's not really sure, so just going to go the chipping ball. Try and get some run through the middle. He's going to try and get through here, Cowan. Got a bit of a run going. And on that outer side, it's Porter who's got it. One of the late additions, Darcy Porter, to this Carlton team this afternoon. Pick up the line. Ethan Reed being made to earn that, and he will come up with a free kick. Works it towards the middle. Lawrence. Lawrence from the Oakley Chargers. The Coates Talent League. Ball through hands. Edwards. Throwing the ball out. Big pack of players around this. Lou. Eventually picking up the footy after laying the tackle. And tossed up midway through this final quarter here at Marvel Stadium. Cleary managed to get the handball away. Lawrence. And this will be Lou taking the mark. Under pressure, did well. Now, can they break away here? Machete's the player. Just held up his kick. Right near the boundary line. It does pitch inside. It hasn't gone over. And that suited the Academy. Patton works it into the middle of the ground. Reed. This is Ethan Reed. Gets the kick away to Curtin. Patton. Well, he's got a bunch of players to choose from, but it's been cut off. Lewis. Ronk. Kick across the ground. Dangerous. Just getting up there. Take the mate. Oh, he couldn't complete it, Caledon. It spills free. Chance for Carlton here. Ronk. Oh, it went over his head. The Black Tides brought down in the tackle. Managed to release the footy. McKercher is there. A little quiet in the second half. Ball spilling free. They've still got the numbers here. A clearing kick by Callanan. High. Caddy wins the fly. The fist coming in over the top of him. And we'll have it tossed in. There's Parks coming in over the top. Tossed the coin today, Luke Parks. Hasn't missed a game in the VFL side for Carlton so far this season, averaging 1.6 disposals a game. So just over 10 minutes remaining in the contest. O'Brien, kick to a dangerous position. It's either out of bounds on the full or a mark. It is out of bounds on the full. So Daniel Curtin to bring the footy back in. As his kick will go long. Well, the ball, in fact, beat the initial pack. Parks working his way through Rogers. Well, he's been the player of the day today. Walter in amongst all of that. As the kick goes up the line, it's good. Simpson. Some overlap run. Walter, kick over the top. Finds Caddy. He should keep going here. He's got plenty of space. He closes to 40. The kick, not a good one. And seeing it over is Dozzy. 20 points the margin. 10 minutes now. 9 minutes to go in the game. O'Brien. Kick across the ground is a good one. Ramshaw. Lou. Oh, the handball is going to be turned over. Wilson works it across Sanders. They've got some run. Sanders again. Now the overlap. Black ties the player. He can close to 40. Have a shot and miss the lot. He actually had more time than what he thought there. He had plenty of space in the end. He just couldn't finish it off. And O'Brien to bring the footy back in for Carlton. Short. Stevens. Time to get on with it by the umpire. Kick up to centre wing. O'Keefe takes the mark. Looks up. See a lot that he's liking, so just go the short one to Porter. And Porter goes up the line to Carroll. Just all doing it by short kick. Dozzy will decide to go across the ground. It's dangerous again. He was looking for Porter, couldn't find him. The Academy maybe with an opportunity. No, Parks was in the right place at the right time. Good tackling pressure though from Lawrence, and the umpire will come in and toss it up. And recruits potential. Well, the recruiters are here. They're looking at potential draftees. Plenty who have made a good account of themselves this afternoon on this Academy team. Cabot was just lost a handle on it. Carroll. Twisting, turning. Goes back to Porter. Now he's got a free player. We need to change Ben's side. It was Lockie O'Brien. Didn't find him. The footy's been turned over. Caddy. He had to take it out of his hands by Walter in the end, his teammate. And we'll have the ball tossed in. Just repeating, Harley Reid not participating in this final quarter after he unfortunately copped a head knock in the third quarter in a contest. He made good of an account of himself up until then as Jake Rogers gets his hands on it. Now the footy is in the hands of Riley Sanders. The delivery of the footy is great. Inside 50. Ashton Moore from Glenelg. Chance at his first of the evening. Put a nice bit of icing on the cake. He's from on the paint of 50. Oh, it did not hit that well at all. Won't make the trip. Caddy could almost have taken the mark. Dozzy just trying to clear the area for the Blues. This may only be temporary because it looks like it's going to come straight back in. Hardiman's kick into the pocket, not finding the target. Who's there? McMahon, Porter. This kick, oh, it's going to be turned over again. Black ties as the player. As mentioned, played a game for Richmond in the Smithies VFL. The kick all the way to the line. O'Keefe took one high and he'll get a free kick. So O'Keefe just won't have a crack at winning the game. He'll have to get a bit of a move on, as there's 5.5 minutes to go. A kick from Lewis, Carroll, O'Brien. Well, it's a short kick. He's going to be paid the mark. It is, so play on. Call from the umpires. Carroll goes into the middle of the ground, trying to square it up. Fogarty should just keep going. He does. It's a one-on-one contest. White was there, couldn't take the mark, and again the Academy get away. Dersma going wide towards the boundary line. They won't be upset if this goes over. And that will suit them. Stevens in the vicinity. Under 5 minutes remaining. 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. As the ball's tossed in. Eventually released. Ethan Reid getting involved in that contest. Edwards over the top. McAuliffe gets around one tackle. Can't get around the second, but he was legs. So he'll get the free kick, and the frustration there from Jordan Boyd. And McAuliffe up towards centre half forward. They fly. Working through Callanan, slipped the handball out. Simpson will have a shot. Can he bring it back? Yes, he can. Well, that'd feel good. Cooper Simpson, the Dandy Stingrays product, puts the icing on the cake. This is going to be a good win for the Academy team. Led in the middle by Jake Rogers, the Gold Coast Sun, with 26 disposals today. Ollie Sanders with 24, McKercher with 19. He's having some sort of year. Is Colby McKercher. Don't worry, he'll be featuring calculations high up in the draft, you suspect. Just mentioning too, Harley Reid, who's not playing in this final quarter, 13 disposals for the game today. Bumped up at some good moments for the Academy team, who are going to record a good win against this Carlton VFL team. Should be a stalemate here. McKercher not going anywhere. The umpire will toss it up. So under 3 minutes to go. McKercher trying to get that footy out. On the outside of his boot is Cowan. He's turned it over. Delian is the player. Now, which way is he going to go? He'll just go as long as he possibly can. Why wouldn't you? Looking for Caddy. And dropping in front was McMahon. To Fogarty. To White. To Ronk. 55 out. He's going to have a shot. And it's there. Wanted to complete the set of goals. One in each of the quarters. And he certainly achieved that with a couple of minutes to go on the clock. So good win here for the Academy side. And a good way to cap off their third and final training camp. We'll go back to, well, hitting the books at school, I'm sure, but also back to their Coates Talent League games for the Talent League sides for the Victorians and the academies for some of the others. Sample and Waffle players in there as well. All spilling out Stevens. Ramshaw to Fogarty. Just running out of room. The ball bobbling around. So we've got under a minute remaining in this one. Can the Blues maybe steal another one before the end? Ramshaw. Boyd. Across to O'Brien, He'll launch from 52 metres out to the line. It's there. So a couple at the end for the Blues. And wow, actually looking at the scoreline, with 20 seconds remaining, they're not going to get there. And 82 plays 86. It's just going to be a narrow win for the Academy. And with 7 seconds remaining, the siren's going to go. And the umpire's going to wait for everyone to get into the 6-6-6 formation. And that's where the siren's going to blow. And so a narrow win for the Academy, but they get the job done nicely in the end. 13-8-86 to Carlton, 13-4-82. They ended up getting the job done by just 4 points in the end, after they led by 7 at three-quarter time. 3 points at half-time and 14 at quarter time. So a big win in the scheme of things for the Academy. And it's the only multiple goal kicker, Orlando Turner, for the Academy team. The rest are all singles, but they had plenty of goal kickers this evening. And for the Blues, 4 goals to Ben Ronk, 2 to Ned Carl, and then singles the rest there as well. The leading disposal winner on the ground, well, that goes to Jake Rogers, who for mine was the best on today. 26 disposals and 4 marks. He was superb. Ably supported by Riley Sanders with 24 disposals. Colby McKercher, another one with 17. Roberts and Simpson with 17 each. And just repeating, Harley Reid off the ground in the third quarter with a head knock. He had 13 disposals up to that stage for the Blues. 27 for O'Brien, 25 for Stevens, 22 for Fogarty, and 21 for Campbell. Inside 50 count, 49-42. And they would be really happy with the way that they put all that together, the Academy players. Always good to get a win on Marvel Stadium. And the Blues winning the hit-out count, 37-26. So I think there's going to be a very quick presentation to be made out here on the ground to all the players.